Have you ever felt hijacked by anxiety? That sudden racing heart, shallow breath, and overwhelming sense of dread that you can't seem to control? What if you could learn to access your body's own natural off switch for that stress response? There is a powerful nerve that acts as the master regulator of your internal state of calm, and in this video, we will teach you how to activate it. Introduction: Your path to natural calm. Welcome. Today, we are exploring one of the most exciting frontiers in mental wellness, the vagus nerve. This video is for you if you're tired of feeling overwhelmed by anxiety and are looking for practical, science-backed strategies to regain control and find peace naturally. We will demystify the science behind your body's anxiety response and introduce you to the vagus nerve, your built-in superpower for calmness. Most importantly, we'll provide a detailed guide to 9 powerful techniques you can use, starting today, to stimulate this nerve and calm your mind and body. We will also cover professional treatment options and how to build these practices into a sustainable habit for long-term relief. Understanding the vagus nerve, the mind-body superhighway. So what exactly is the vagus nerve? Imagine a complex superhighway running from your brainstem down through your neck, chest, and abdomen, connecting to nearly every major organ along the way. That is the vagus nerve. Its name comes from the Latin word vagus, meaning wanderer, because of the long, meandering path it takes through your body. It is the main component of your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's rest and digest system. To grasp its importance, let's quickly review your autonomic nervous system. This system has 2 opposing branches: the sympathetic nervous system. This is your fight-or-flight system. When you perceive danger, it releases stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart rate skyrockets. Your breathing becomes shallow and your body prepares for immediate action. This is the system that anxiety puts into overdrive. The parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest and digest system. It does the exact opposite. It conserves energy, slows the heart rate, and promotes relaxation. The vagus nerve is the primary activator of this rest and digest response. Think of it as the brake pedal for your body's stress engine. A healthy, well-functioning vagus nerve allows you to shift out of fight or flight and back into a state of calm more efficiently. The effectiveness of this nerve is measured by something called vagal tone. High vagal tone means your body can regulate itself well and bounce back quickly from stressful events. Low vagal tone is associated with chronic stress, inflammation, and difficulty managing emotions, often seen in individuals with anxiety disorders. The incredible news is that you are not stuck with the vagal tone you have. You can actively improve it through specific exercises and lifestyle changes, effectively training your body to be more resilient to stress. Anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the U.S., affecting over 40 million adults. This isn't just a mental state, it's a physiological one. Understanding the role of the vagus nerve empowers you to move beyond simply coping with symptoms and toward actively regulating your own physiology for a deeper, more sustainable sense of peace. Actionable solutions and strategies: 9 ways to stimulate your vagus nerve. Now let's move from theory to practice. Here are 9 detailed, science-backed techniques to enhance your vagal tone and naturally reduce anxiety. 1. Advanced breathing techniques. Conscious, controlled breathing is the most direct and powerful way to influence your vagus nerve. When you change the rhythm of your breath, you send a direct signal to your brain that it's safe to relax. What it is: specific breathing patterns that emphasize a longer exhale to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. The science: the vagus nerve is intricately linked to your diaphragm. Slow diaphragmatic breathing with an extended exhale stimulates vagal fibers, lowers heart rate, and reduces blood pressure, pulling you out of a fight or flight state. How to do it: the physiological sigh. This technique, championed by neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman at Stanford, is one of the fastest ways to calm down. Sit or lie down comfortably. Inhale deeply through your nose. Then, without fully exhaling, take a second, shorter inhale to fully inflate your lungs. Exhale slowly and completely through your mouth, making the exhale as long as possible. Repeat this just 1 to 3 times. It's highly effective for in-the-moment stress. How to do it, 478. Breathing. Sit with your back straight. Place the tip of your tongue against the ridge of tissue just behind your upper front teeth. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound. Close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose for a mental count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound for a count of 8. This completes 1 breath. Inhale again and repeat the cycle 3 more times for a total of 4 breaths. Why it works. These patterns force a prolonged exhale, which is the phase of breathing linked to parasympathetic activation. The physiological sigh physically reinflates collapsed alveoli in the lungs, improving gas exchange and signaling profound safety to the brain. 2. Cold exposure therapy. Brief exposure to cold can act as a powerful reset button for your nervous system. What it is, intentionally exposing your body, particularly your face and neck, to cold temperatures for a short period. The science. Cold exposure triggers a process called the mammalian diving reflex. This reflex, which is conserved across all mammals, is initiated when the face is submerged in cold water. It activates the vagus nerve, which immediately slows the heart rate and redirects blood flow to vital organs, inducing a calming effect. How to do it. Face immersion. Fill a bowl with ice water. Take a deep breath, hold it, and submerge your face for 15 to 30 seconds. This is the most direct way to trigger the diving reflex. Cold shower bursts. End your regular warm shower by turning the water to as cold as you can tolerate for 30 to 60 seconds. Focus the water on your face and neck. Ice pack application. Place an ice pack or a bag of frozen vegetables wrapped in a thin towel on your face or on the back and sides of your neck for a few minutes. Why it works. The shock of the cold provides a jolt to the vagus nerve, forcing it to activate and send calming signals throughout the body. Regular practice can lead to a more resilient stress response over time. 3. Sound and vibration. Using your own voice is a surprisingly effective way to improve vagal tone. What it is, engaging the muscles in the back of the throat and vocal cords through humming, singing, chanting, or gargling. The science. The vagus nerve passes through your neck and is connected to your vocal cords and the muscles of your pharynx, the back of your throat. The vibrations created by these activities directly stimulate the vagus nerve endings in this area. How to do it. Humming. Take a deep breath and hum a single, deep tone on the exhale. Try to feel the vibration in your chest and throat. Do this for a few minutes. Singing. Sing loudly in your car or shower. The act of controlling your breath and using your vocal cords is a fantastic vagal exercise. Gargling. Gargle with water for 30 to 60 seconds. To be effective, it should be vigorous enough to almost make your eyes water. This forcefully contracts the muscles at the back of the throat. Why it works. The physical vibration and muscle engagement directly massage and activate the vagus nerve, promoting a parasympathetic state. It's a form of internal massage for your nervous system. 4. Gut health and the vagus nerve diet. The health of your gut is inextricably linked to the health of your mind via the vagus nerve. What it is, cultivating a healthy gut microbiome through a diet rich in specific nutrients and fermented foods. The science. The vagus nerve acts as a two-way communication channel between the gut and the brain. Healthy gut bacteria produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, which are crucial for mood regulation. They communicate with the brain through the vagus nerve. An unhealthy gut can send distress signals, contributing to anxiety and inflammation. Beneficial foods and nutrients. Probiotics. These are live beneficial bacteria. Find them in yogurt with live cultures, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, and kombucha. Prebiotics. This is the fiber that feeds your good gut bacteria. Excellent sources include garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, bananas, and whole grains. Omega-3 fatty acids. These fats are essential for brain health and have been shown to increase vagal tone. Find them in fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds. Zinc and magnesium. These minerals are vital for nervous system function. Zinc is found in oysters, beef, and pumpkin seeds. Magnesium is abundant in dark leafy greens, almonds, and avocados. How to do it: aim to include at least one fermented food in your diet each day. Increase your intake of colorful, fiber-rich plants. Consider an omega-3 supplement after consulting with your doctor. Why it works: by nourishing your gut, you are directly influencing the messages being sent to your brain, promoting signals of safety and well-being over signals of stress and alarm. 5. Mindful movement, yoga, and Tai Chi. Certain forms of exercise are particularly effective at stimulating the vagus nerve. What it is: gentle, mindful forms of movement that combine physical postures, breathing, and meditation. The science: practices like yoga and Tai Chi are powerful because they combine many vagal stimulating elements at once: controlled breathing, gentle stretching, and focused attention. Studies show that regular yoga practice can significantly increase vagal tone and reduce anxiety symptoms. Beneficial yoga poses: cat-cow pose. This gentle spinal flexion and extension is linked with the breath, massaging the internal organs and stimulating the vagus nerve. Cobra pose. This gentle back bend opens the chest and stretches the neck, areas through which the vagus nerve travels. Legs up the wall pose. This restorative inversion is deeply calming for the nervous system and encourages deep diaphragmatic breathing. How to do it: find a beginner's yoga or Tai Chi class online or in your community. Even 10 to 15 minutes of gentle stretching combined with deep breathing each day can be beneficial. Focus on the quality of your breath in each movement. Why it works: these practices reduce sympathetic fight or flight activity and increase parasympathetic rest and digest activity by consciously linking mind, body, and breath. 6. Acupressure and self-massage. Targeted touch can be a simple yet profound way to soothe your nervous system. What it is: applying gentle pressure to specific points on the body to release tension and stimulate nerve pathways. The science: the vagus nerve can be indirectly stimulated through pressure points where its branches are close to the surface, particularly in the neck, ears, and feet. Massage also increases levels of oxytocin, a hormone that promotes bonding and relaxation. How to do it: carotid sinus massage. The carotid sinus is located on the side of your neck near where you feel your pulse. Gently massage this area in a slow, circular motion for 20 to 30 seconds on one side, then the other. Caution: do not attempt this if you have a history of blood clots or heart rhythm problems without consulting your doctor. Ear massage, auricular vagus nerve stimulation. The ear contains a branch of the vagus nerve. Gently pull on your earlobes. Trace the outer ridge of your ear with your thumb and index finger. Massage the inner bowl-like part of your ear, the concha. Foot massage. Your feet contain thousands of nerve endings. A firm foot massage, especially around the solar plexus reflex point, in the center of the sole, just below the ball of the foot, can induce deep relaxation. Why it works: gentle, mindful touch sends signals of safety to the brain, activating the parasympathetic nervous system and increasing vagal tone. 7. Eye movements, oculocardiac reflex. You can use your eyes to calm your body down. What it is: using specific eye movements to trigger the oculocardiac reflex, a reflex that slows the heart rate. The science: the oculocardiac reflex is an involuntary slowing of the heart rate that occurs when light pressure is applied to the eyeballs. The nerves in your eye muscles are linked to the vagus nerve. Activating them can trigger a parasympathetic response. How to do it: sit comfortably. Without moving your head, look as far as you can to the right. Hold your gaze for 30 to 60 seconds. You may feel a desire to swallow, sigh, or yawn. This is a sign of nervous system relaxation. Return your gaze to the center. Repeat on the left side. Another method is to gently rest your palms over your closed eyes, applying very light pressure for about a minute while breathing deeply. Why it works: these movements create a subtle stretch and activation of the muscles behind the eyes, which sends a signal via cranial nerves to the vagus nerve, telling it to slow the heart and relax the body. 8. Social connection and laughter. Positive social engagement is a biological necessity for a well-regulated nervous system. What it is: engaging in genuine, positive interactions with others and experiencing heartfelt laughter. The science polyvagal theory, developed by Dr. Stephen Porges, highlights the social engagement system, a branch of the vagus nerve that is stimulated by positive facial expressions, listening to soothing voices, and feeling emotionally safe with others. Laughter engages the diaphragm and respiratory system, physically stimulating the vagus nerve and releasing endorphins. How to do it: make time for meaningful conversations with friends or family who make you feel seen and heard. Watch a funny movie or a comedian you enjoy. Prioritize spending time with pets, as this can also co-regulate your nervous system. Why it works. Our nervous systems are designed to attune to others. When we receive cues of safety and connection, our vagal brake engages, telling us we can let our guard down. Laughter provides a powerful physical release that counters the body's stress response. 9. Mindfulness and meditation. Training your attention can profoundly impact your physiological state. What it is: the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Loving kindness meditation is particularly effective for vagal tone. The science: mindfulness reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center, while meditation has been shown to increase vagal tone. Loving kindness meditation, which focuses on cultivating feelings of warmth and care towards oneself and others, is strongly linked to an increase in positive emotions and social connection, which stimulates the vagus nerve. How to do it: simple loving kindness meditation. Sit comfortably and take a few deep breaths. Bring to mind someone you care about deeply. Silently repeat phrases like, "May you be happy," "May you be healthy," "May you be safe," "May you live with ease." Next, direct these same phrases towards yourself. "May I be happy," "May I be healthy." You can then extend these wishes to neutral people and eventually to all living beings. Why it works. This practice shifts you out of a threat-based mindset and into one of care and safety, which is a powerful signal for the vagus nerve to activate the rest and digest system. Do's and don'ts for vagal health. Do's: practice consistently. Aim for small, daily practices rather than infrequent, long sessions. Consistency is key to retraining your nervous system. Listen to your body. Pay attention to which exercises feel most calming to you. A yawn, a sigh, or a stomach gurgle are often signs of parasympathetic activation. Prioritize sleep. Quality sleep is essential for nervous system repair and regulation. Stay hydrated. Dehydration is a stressor on the body. Ensure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. Get morning sunlight. Exposure to sunlight in the morning helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which has a profound impact on your hormones and nervous system. Don'ts: don't overdo it. Pushing yourself too hard, especially with cold exposure or exercise, can become another source of stress. Start gently. Don't isolate yourself. When feeling anxious, the tendency is to withdraw. Make an effort to connect with a trusted person, even for a few minutes. Don't ignore chronic stress. These techniques are for regulation, but they don't solve the root causes of stress. Address underlying stressors in your life where possible. Don't rely on stimulants. Be mindful of caffeine and other stimulants that can keep your sympathetic nervous system in overdrive. Information on professional treatment and medication. While these natural techniques are incredibly powerful, they are tools to be used alongside, not in place of, professional medical care, especially for moderate to severe anxiety. Therapy. Working with a qualified mental health professional is one of the most effective ways to treat anxiety. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, helps you identify, challenge, and reframe the negative thought patterns that fuel anxiety. Somatic therapies. Approaches like somatic experiencing or sensoromotor psychotherapy focus on processing trauma and stress held in the body, which directly relates to nervous system regulation. EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. A therapy designed to help people heal from the symptoms and emotional distress that are the result of disturbing life experiences. Medication. For some individuals, medication can be a necessary and life-changing part of anxiety treatment. SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. These are a common class of antidepressants often used as a first-line treatment for chronic anxiety. SNRIs, serotonin norepinephrine, reuptake inhibitors, another class of antidepressants that can be effective for anxiety. Other medications. Doctors may sometimes prescribe other medications for short-term or specific types of anxiety. The decision to use medication is personal and should only be made in consultation with a qualified medical doctor or psychiatrist who can assess your individual needs and monitor your progress. There is no shame in exploring any and all options that can bring you relief. Precautions and the importance of management. Ignoring chronic anxiety is not a passive act. It has active consequences on your health. Long-term activation of the fight-or-flight response can contribute to serious health issues, including cardiovascular disease, digestive problems, a weakened immune system, and chronic fatigue. It can erode your personal and professional relationships and diminish your overall quality of life. Proactively managing your anxiety is one of the most important things you can do for your long-term physical and mental health. How to make it a sustainable habit. Start micro. Choose just one technique. Commit to doing it for just 1 minute a day for a week. The goal is to make the barrier to entry so low that you can't say no. Habit stacking. Anchor your new practice to an existing one. For example, after I pour my morning coffee, I will do 1 minute of deep humming. Track the feeling, not just the action. At the end of the day, don't just ask, did I do my breathing exercise? Ask, was there a moment today where I felt a little calmer? This focuses on the benefit, which is more motivating. Create a nervous system first aid kit. Make a list of 3 to 4 techniques that you find most effective. When you feel a wave of anxiety, you don't have to think. You can just consult your kit and choose one. Conclusion. Your body has a profound innate ability to find calm. The vagus nerve is the physical pathway to that state of peace. By practicing the techniques we've explored today, through breath, cold, sound, diet, movement, and connection, you are not just distracting yourself from anxiety. You are actively training your nervous system to be more balanced, resilient, and regulated. You are learning the language of your own body and becoming an active participant in your own healing. Disclaimer. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. The information we're sharing is designed to support, not replace, the relationship that exists between you and your healthcare provider. Final appeal. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It really helps our channel reach more people who might need this information. And for more doctor-approved wellness tips, make sure you subscribe to Mental Wellness Insight. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.